Hi everybody, Doug here. Welcome back to yet another board game channel and yet another episode of Mansions of Madness, second edition, as we continue the Vengeful Impulses. Impulses? I've already forgotten the name of the scenario. You all know what it is. Yes. Nothing too horrible has happened so far. We've been doing a lot of talking to suspects. Thomas Carver does believe one of his four guests is trying to kill him. We're gathering information to see if we can figure out who might be annoyed enough at him to actually kill him. It seems like everybody has a reason to just dislike certain things about him. But none of it seems kill-worthy yet. I suspect that this Mythos phase we are going to have the dinner party, or the actual dinner. It's been letting us know the dinner is imminent, so I think we'll all be gathering in the dining room probably at the end of this turn. There's not a whole lot else we can interact with at the moment. I've tapped on everything on the app to see what's available to us. So yeah, we're going to go for a few of those things. I am actually going to start with Wendy Adams, who is in the lounge. Oh yes, which the lights went out in. It's kind of ominous. Because it turns out she just looked at the pictures in the lounge, gathered them up, and saw that there were strange chalk markings on the back of all of them, and it looks like we can actually go talk to Thomas Carver about it. So for Wendy's first action, she is going to move, and she can move 2 spaces. For her second action, she is going to interact with Thomas. Yes, we can as an action say there are strange chalk marks on your pictures, so we're going to do so. Carver looks around, then runs a hand through his hair. Look, this sounds absurd, but last week I woke up fully dressed, my hands covered in chalk. I do not know what those markings mean, but I truly do not believe I am the one that made them. We can respond with, then who did? Or do you think they mean something? I'm going to go with, then who did? Perhaps one of the others, hoping to make me look insane before they did the deed. Or perhaps he trails off and looks away from you, then clears his throat. Perhaps the stress of potentially being killed has caused me to begin sleepwalking. Now, shouldn't you speak with the other guests? Gain 1 clue. Puts Wendy up to 7 clues, which is amazing. I've never had so many clues in this type of game ever. Yes, we cannot do anything else with Thomas, but that's both of Wendy's actions anyway. Let's see, Amanda. Yeah, we'll do Amanda next. We have her up in the dining room. There are a couple of things here. We noticed something under the table, and we can also open the door to the conservatory, it looks like. So first things first, we're going to interact with that search token there. Yes, you see an abandoned item beneath the table. If you are careful, perhaps you could acquire it before anyone notices, so we will search. Using your foot, you attempt to nudge the item toward you surreptitiously. Test agility. So Amanda's agility is just 3. And we probably want at least 2 successes. That tends to be the threshold. Wow, utter failure. Can't even spend any clues to make it better. Oh well, this is going to look awkward. You cannot easily shift the item toward you. Well, was going to open that door, but I think I'm going to make another attempt at the item. Let's search again. So, come on, Amanda. Get something. There you go. That time she rolled all successes. So we got 3. With the item at your feet, you feign having dropped it yourself. Gain the pocket watch, common item, then discard the search token. Pocket watch. Let's go through the deck. There is the pocket watch. Equipment, you may perform 1 additional puzzle step while attempting a puzzle. And Amanda's ability is already to get 2 additional puzzle steps, so she is going to sail through any puzzles that might come up. Yeah, unfortunately that used both of her actions up. Oh, and we'll get rid of the token. So, Akachi, out here in the hall, one thing she can do there without moving is, I believe it's the door to the kitchen. We're probably going to need to uncover everything eventually, so let's go ahead and, for her action, have her explore. The kitchen is warm and filled with the aroma of cooking food. We will just grab the kitchen tile, which I'm hoping is on the top. Yes, it's very close. There we are. Kitchen. Oh, Carvey's cook is stirring something over the oven. Place a person token as indicated. It'll take me a moment to find this. Alright, the cook is right there by the stove. Then, through a small door, appears to be a well-stocked pantry. Search token. You may move 1 space into the explored area. Alright, let's do it. For her second action, I think, yes, we can actually talk to the cook. The cook busies herself with something on the stove. We can ask any good gossip, or what happened to the foyer. Well, assuming the butler told us the truth, and we have no reason to think he didn't, we kind of know what happened in the foyer. So let's go with gossip. No such thing as good gossip. The cook winks, but I suppose I can share a little something. Did you know our Mr. Carvey has a particular love of gardening, spends a lot of time in that conservatory of his? I would not have imagined it myself just from looking at him. And Kachi gets a clue. She has more clues now than I can actually count at a glance. Well, that is it for that bit of conversation. So that's our investigator's actions. Now we will move on to the mythos phase, and I expect things to happen here. The ringing of a bell calls everyone to this evening's meal. You and the other guests are moving towards the dining room when the lights suddenly go out. Here it comes. And the mansion is plunged into darkness. Place darkness in each space on the board. Okay. Well, we already have darkness throughout the lounge. So we're going to put there, there. Wow. This is a lot of darkness. And of course we can't use clues in darkness. Alright. Then afterwards, each investigator suffers 1 face-down horror. We can negate with will. So we'll just start with Amanda, who has a will of 4. And we can't use our clues. Awesome. It's okay. She got 2 successes. She blocked it. Wendy has a will of 3. Rolled 3 successes. Kachi has 5. And she failed, of course. The one with the most managed to fail, because we can't use the clues to make things better. So that is face down horror. So it's our first hit of any kind, so that's not so bad. We'll just add that to Akachi. Afterwards, an investigator in darkness, oh yes, cannot spend clues to convert dice results or perform additional puzzle steps, just in case we'd forgotten. That will be the fuse box. I've been having issues all week. Carvey's voice booms from somewhere in the dark. Just a moment, I will get it back to working order. No. He knows somebody is trying to kill him, so he's going to wander off alone. He may in fact deserve to die. Everyone find a chair and sit tight. Though you hear a cacophony of footsteps, your eyes have trouble adjusting to the sudden dark. You lose track of the others in the house. Remove all person tokens from the board. So the butler and Thomas and the cook and all of our suspects. We have no idea where they are. A few long moments pass in the dark before muffled thumps and bangs come from beneath the floors. Things go briefly quiet, then a horrific scream pierces the night. With growing concern, you recognize the panicked voice of Thomas Carvey. Duh. Okay. Each investigator suffers 2 horror, negating with will. And still no ability to use clues. Okay, Amanda, 4 will. 2 successes. What we needed. Wendy with 3 will. Managed to get 3 successes again. And let's see how Akachi with 5 will does this time. Precisely the same roll. She takes 2 more horror. Oh, and this is face up. So, our first one. Dementia. You turn away, already feeling the fog of memory clouding your mind. It is a mercy, truly. Resolve immediately. Discard 1 clue, then flip this card face down. Well, she has a stupendous amount of clues. That's okay. The other one. Minor shock. Your heart races, and your breath catches in your throat. No additional effect. Flip face down. Somewhere, deeper in the mansion, something has happened to your host. Find the source of the scream and restore the lights of the house to discover the cause of Carvey's panic. Okay, that was the entirety of the mythos phase. Yeah. We don't know where anybody is. Now, I'm just going to take a look. Yes, we can now examine that door. I'm hoping that now that everybody's gone, we can actually, yes, we can start looking at all the things that we were forbidden from interacting with before. Just double checking all of that. Yep. We can do everything now. Well, let's see. We've got to figure out if we want the lights back on, and we would really like the lights back on so we can spend this wealth of clues we have. We need to keep searching the house to find out where the fuse box is. So, I'm going to start with Wendy down here, and we're going to have a look at that that door that we weren't allowed to do anything with before. We'll just relocate the camera because we're going to be putting tiles out. All right, Wendy will do a move action. And for her second action, we are going to examine or explore this door that just leads to the rest of the mansion, it says. Oh, you try the handle but find it locked. Is someone there? Mr. Carvey? The polite voice of the butler pipes out of the darkness nearby. Place a person token as indicated. Well, we found the butler. The butler didn't move, apparently. Mr. Carvey's special guest. I was quite concerned. It should not have taken this long to get the lights back on. You can search the basement and Mr. Carvey... You can reach the basement and Mr. Carvey through his office. Please find my employer. Here, I'll unlock the door for you. The butler fumbles for a moment with a key, then opens the door and gestures you inside. In the darkness, you make out the dim shape of a desk. Discard this Explorer token and place the office tile, and then place darkness in each space. So I will cut away for a moment and find the office tile. Alright, there we are, the office in darkness. A locked case has been placed on the shelf. Search token there. Some papers and books lie on Carvey's desk. Place a search token right there. And just as the butler mentioned, a door on the far end of the room leads further into the mansion. Explore token. You may move one space into the explored area. Now, that's both of her actions. She can move one more space. Yeah, she only moved one space, so she's got a second space to go, even after the exploration. So yeah, let's move her there. It'd be nice to stop to look at everything right now, but let's get the lights back on, if at all possible. All right. Just need to ponder for a moment here. All right. Akachi up in the kitchen. It's not a whole lot nearby. Well, Akachi doesn't have a lot of... Well, she has no items. She has a wither spell, which, yay. But yeah, I think we need to have her look at stuff to see if she can get some equipment going. So first thing she's going to do is move. So I remove one there. As her second action, she is going to search the kitchen storage. There might be something of use among the clutter. Fingers crossed. Forgotten behind a barrel of apples is an item that might help with your investigation. Gain the Scribe's Journal common item. Let's see what that does. For Akachi, it is a tome. Effects cannot cause you to discard your clues unless you choose to. Well, that is actually already... Oh, Akachi's ability. So she didn't actually have to lose that clue earlier. She gets that back. It's just, yeah, she never has to discard a clue unless she wants to for some special effect. And so, yeah, we're probably going to want to hand the journal off to someone else so they don't have to ever give up any clues. We'll clear that out. And she will take her second bit of movement. Now, Amanda she go back and look at whatever that was. What was that in the dining room? I mean, it's a strange amulet. I'm more partial to exploring, though, so we're going to have a look, see if we can get the conservatory out. So she's going to explore there. The conservatory is pleasantly warm and smells of fresh flowers. The moonlight has mostly been blocked out by the towering hedges of the estate. Discard the Explore token and place the conservatory tile as indicated, and we're going to fill it with darkness again. Oh, that happened to be right on top. That's convenient. And I'm going to use up all the fire/darkness tokens. I don't know if I have any left after this. A pile of gardening tools has been left abandoned. Gardening tools could mean weapons. Oh, in the same space, Carvey has shown a recent devotion to gardening, as the cook informed us. Perhaps if you look around the conservatory, you could discover why. Place a search token as indicated. That sounds more clue-like. And a glass door leads out into Carvey's yard. The door is right there. You may move one space into the explored area. We will do that. And for her second action, yes, we're going to have a look around and see if we can discover why Carvey is suddenly into gardening. So we will search the token that activates that. Oh, you find a segment of the wood floor that sounds more hollow than the rest. As you poke and prod around it, one of the knots in the wood depresses and reveals a trap door. Discard the search token and place a secret passage as indicated. Give me a moment. Okay, secret passage. How about that? As you enter the tunnel, you swear you hear footsteps echoing through it, but in the dark, you cannot tell if they are coming or going. Among the noise, you hear something clatter to the floor, and you press back against the wall until the footsteps fade. As you creep along the passage, you stumble over something on the ground. Gain the Cultist's Journal unique item. Cultist's Journal. In his evidence tome, this journal describes the crime in brutal detail. Well, not necessarily literally, but the investigator holding the Cultist Journal unique item may read the journal by interacting with it in the app. Oop. The passage is cold and dank and slopes downwards into the earth. Place the basement storage tile as indicated. That will go in this direction. So I guess we'll lose that Explore token because we know it's there now. Oh yes, and place darkness, of course. Yes, we really need to get the lights going. This is kind of ridiculous. You emerge in the cool, dark basement. Place a secret passage as indicated. Need to find the appropriate other end. There it is. Secret passage, right there. The fuse box Carvey sought is against the far wall. Place a search token as indicated. Also, a ghastly figure is slumped in the corner. Place the search token here. Yes, I have a feeling Carvey has bought it. Oh no, because over here, Thomas Carvey lies on the floor, dead. His sightless eyes stare toward the ceiling, and his body is surrounded by candle stubs. Oh, good. He appears burnt or shriveled, though you do not smell the stench of burning flesh. Move one space into the explored area. So that means Amanda's going to move. Oh, well, we'll get rid of this token first. All the way over here. And that is that. That is everybody. Well, I think we'll have the lights up next turn. Yeah, we'll just do one final Mythos phase and call it an episode. Just let me move the camera over a wee bit so you can see everything. Alright. Bad things will probably happen now. The room gets very cold and the lights become blindingly bright. Your ears pop as every light in the room burns out. Place darkness, while there's already darkness, in each space in the office. Right, where Wendy is. Each investigator in the office suffers 2 horror, which can be negated using will +1. So, Wendy will get to roll 4 dice. Her will is 3 plus an extra 1. Well, still dark, so she can't use clues. But she blocked 1, so she's going to take 1 bit of horror. Squeamish. Even the sight of blood turns your stomach. Keep face up. After you perform an attack action, flip 1 horror face up. Well, that's okay as a single solitary horror. Oh, a rustling comes from the hall. It sounds like someone else is going through Carvey's things. Discard this search token. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Darn. Should have had a catchy go that way instead. Oh well. Well, we're going to leave it at a cliffhanger there. Carvey is dead, unsurprisingly. We should have the lights back up shortly. I'm guessing it's probably going to be a puzzle to get the lights back on, and Amanda is the ideal one because she gets additional. She's going to have three free steps to go along with her lore of already 4. So yeah, we'll have the lights back. Well, thanks very much everybody for watching. Thanks for subscribing to the channel and for liking the videos both on YouTube and Board Game Geek. It's very much appreciated. And we will see you next time when we have yet another episode of Mansions of Madness. See you then.